Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk a bit about matchmaking because obviously I've been playing a lot of it lately, and I feel like I've gotten the full matchmaking experience. Whereas before I pretty much always avoided it. Whenever I streamed, I would play 10 mans, but now I'm playing matchmaking and things like that. And I played Dota before, and there's just some certain basic features that I don't really understand why they are implemented in Dota and not in Counter-Strike. Um, so the Dota at the Valve offices and the Counter-Strike guys, I've been to the Valve offices. They work side by side with each other, like literally right next to each other. They see each other. They all know each other's names. They like cubicle by cubicle, computer by computer. They're next to each other. They all know each other, and they all have lunch together and stuff like that. Whatever. So it's not like they don't know how Dota is ran and things like that. But so, like, one of the very basic things that I don't understand is why is there no MMR? There's no matchmaking rating. There's no ELO system in Counter-Strike. There's badges, there's Global Elite and whatnot, and I'm sure they have an ELO system that they have privately, but there is none publicly. And I think this is something that's an issue. It just makes it less... it makes you less inclined to matchmake, right? If you don't have a rating and you can't see yourself going up points, going down points, you're not able to directly say to someone, yeah, I'm 4,400 MMR, and then someone says, oh, okay, cool, I'm 4,500 MMR, we should play together, And I think that hurts the scene. I really do. Especially for players like me where there's just a cap. There's just Global Elite. I mean, I've been Global Elite forever. I've been Global Elite since it first came out. I can't see my ELO go up, and there's no incentive for me to really win the matches to get my rating higher and things like that. And obviously, even though this rating doesn't matter, right? It's not like I'm getting a prize for anything. There is something to be said to have the highest MMR in Dota and things like that. Like, it's a proud achievement. If you have the highest MMR in Dota on one of your servers, it's a proud achievement, and it's very cool. And in Counter-Strike, we can't have that. We don't have anything like that. We have a very rudimentary stat system, and Dota has a very nice one. It's, you could see other players' stats on both Dota Buff and things like that, and you could see their stats from their profiles, and it goes back a very, very long time. And another thing I want to talk about a little bit with matchmaking is why are there no servers besides Seattle and Virginia? So Seattle and Virginia aren't even like the typical places where anybody wants to play. If I'm going to scrim against you, I'm going to be in one of 3 server locations. I'm going to be in either Texas, Colorado, or Chicago. And almost every single time you play a scrim against another person in North America, it's going to be in either Chicago, Colorado, or Texas. Because everybody pings pretty well to those places. Now, I understand the Valve offices are in Seattle, so they have databases there. But my point is, this is a company that's making millions upon millions upon millions of dollars off Counter-Strike. And you might be saying, well, how do you know that? Well, I know, their staff is relatively small. There might be like 6, 7 people working on Counter-Strike, so, and then there's server overload and things like that. It's not even close to being the amount of expenses that they're paying out. I mean, they're making millions upon millions of dollars off cases. Like, 100%, believe me, the profit margins on Counter-Strike are through the roof. And so I kind of make the comparison, okay, well, we have Seattle and Virginia for matchmaking, but in ESEA, right, a company with maybe 20,000, 30,000 premiums or something, all paying, I think, $7, $8 a month. So yeah, they make a really good amount of money, but they give out that money in prize pools and things like that as well. But the 200,000 a month or so that they're making, or more, maybe it's 300,000 a month, completely pales in comparison to what Valve as a company is making. And yes, Valve has more people, and the databases would have to be more, much bigger in North America than what ESEA has. But ESEA has servers in, I believe, Washington, Southern California, Northern California, Colorado, Texas, Florida, Virginia, New York, Atlanta, Maine. God, I think they even have some in Canada. So they have servers all over the place, right? And it just seems a little ridiculous to me that a company that's making so much less money than this gigantic company of Valve is providing not only many more server locations, but the right server locations, and also 128 tick. You know, why do we still, after all this time, not have 128 tick for matchmaking? That to me is something that is ridiculous. And with how much money Valve is making, it seems pretty simple to me that if you have an entire community that wants something, you do it, right? You do it for them. This is a cash cow here. The skins on CSGO make, I swear to God, insane amounts of money. So why not give the people what they want? Take from Jalen Rose a bit and give the people what they want, right? So now let's take a little bit of a look at, you know, a couple of the services that Dota 2 has, you know, and how cool they are, basically. All right. Okay, so let's check out just a couple of these cool things that CS could easily add if they had an MMR system and ways to track yourself back and things like that. So for Dota 2 right here, as you can see, they have a ranking system, and you can see where people are on the ladder. This guy Devilish has 7,200 MMR. This guy Psy has 7,000, etc., etc. You see, like, there's some EG players and stuff like that, like Universe and Arteezy, who's on Secret, and things like that. And trust me, like, these people battle for this. Like, this guy is fucking good that has 7,200 MMR, and everyone fucking knows it. All right. And the same for the European ladder, Waga, whatever. I don't know, he streams, but he's obviously an insane player, as the highest there. There's wherever the hell that is, and then there's the Chinese ladder as well. Right? So then there's also Dota Buff. I don't know if you guys have ever been to this website, but it's pretty freaking cool. You can go and you could see the players', you know, match histories. You can see he's played 4,400 matches, and you can go back and you could see the win rates. You could see his heroes and stuff like this. And obviously we wouldn't have the heroes, but we could have, you know, Valve could implement something where we could see the percentage of guns they use, their kill to death ratio, their FPR, their DAR, their 1v1s, their 1v2s, a stat system similar to what ESEA has. And they should implement this, right? And once again, I think it's a little ridiculous that ESEA has this, which is a fraction of the size of a company that Valve is, and has a fraction of the income, but Valve doesn't, right? So this would just be, you know, some really cool features that Valve could add and should add. You know, an MMR system, you know, more server locations, 128 tick, and of course, if we can, better anti-cheat, because people cheat like absolutely crazy in this game, and it freaking sucks. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the matter, and you know, leave some comments down below if you guys have any suggestions on other vlogs that I could do, or subjects that I could speak about, or if you want to talk about this particular issue at hand, then yeah, let me know.